Hello, everyone, and welcome to you wherever you are, whenever you are. This is Steve, aka the Orioles BirdWatcher, coming at you with a special presentation in more ways than one. Orioles baseball, it's back. It's 2024. Spring training is here, and I'll be covering the games play by play throughout the season, during the regular season, and fingers crossed postseason. But much like the players, managers, umpires, and everyone else involved with baseball, you need spring training. You need a little bit of time to get some practice, get built up to match day capability, right? So I'm a pretty new channel, and I'm going to have to learn a lot of things before I find my happy spot, I believe. I'm coming to you from across the world. The lighting is acceptable, Paul. Thank you. God, in what order do I do this? Well, let me just tell you what we got going on today. All right, and then we'll go over the particulars to the channel. We've got time. First pitch is at 1:05 p.m. We are in Sarasota, Florida, everyone, at the what's the name of the Orioles spring training stadium? Ed Davis? What is it? Hey, RC, how you doing? How am I sounding? How am I looking? I'm worried about the yellow thing popping up here telling me. Yeah, why does that say no data? Why does that say no data? Uh-oh. Look at this. Look at this. We've already got... Oh, okay. I need to do something first. Yeah, let me just first say hello, and yeah, well, God, I should have had this written down. This will come naturally to me as we go, but here's the deal. If you're an Orioles fan or you're a baseball fan in general, I think you're going to enjoy following my channel throughout the season and hopefully for seasons to come. I will be doing my very best to present every Orioles baseball game this season. Thanks, Thomas. And I want to make this a community. So I've met some fellow colleagues who do live streams. I do have a second channel, by the way. It's more of a comedy thing. But I come from a sports background professionally. So this feels like a natural transition. And I'm very much excited to do my best job in presenting you Orioles baseball. Now, obviously, if you're new to following sports on YouTube, we cannot show you these games live, the video or the audio of the broadcast. But what I can do as the streamer is sort of be your middleman, call the game for you, present some graphics to help you along the way as well, give you some commentary, and then with chat open, that's where the community comes in. You come in here, you discuss what's going on with the game, you discuss baseball in general, and I'm going to make it my priority to have this chat be a good place to hang out. I know how toxic sports talk can be, and I know it's asking the impossible to keep all unnecessary arguments about this or that from flooding into a chat, perhaps, should this channel grow. But in general, let's try to keep it to just, hey, respect our opinions. Let's talk baseball. And if you're an Orioles fan, we're all here for the same reason. We want to see this team break a 40-year drought, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make myself nice and small for you so you don't have to see this ugly mug. And yeah, you're going to see me looking off camera for pretty much the most of the time I'm streaming on this channel. Now that I have a second monitor up here, I can watch the game on a nice big screen, which is great for my fading boomer eyes. My eyes are getting worse and worse as time goes on, but I still have an eye for baseball. Don't let that fool you, okay? So, yeah, we've got about 10 minutes until the first pitch. Plenty to talk about. Hey, Dallas Mod Girl. Poles here. Thomas, RC, Maria. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. Thomas, if you knew what town I lived in, this is like 2 in the afternoon, especially on a Saturday night. Everybody's awake out here on a Saturday night at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's no worries. I do more damage with my normal streams at 10 a.m. Everyone's sleeping. Right. So let's go over a few things for you Oriole fans out there. You're probably aware of all the names to expect to see down in Sarasota. The Ed Smith Stadium, right? That's the name of the stadium. Ed Smith, right? I do believe I checked the temperature there. It's 69 degrees. And it looks like we're not going to have any issues with rain. But it is Florida. I guess that's always subject to change at any given time. But here's a look at some of the non-roster invitees. What I'm looking for today, actually, let me just go ahead and break the biggest news, guys. The biggest news is, here's today's starting lineup, and what name jumps out at you right here? None other than the number one prospect in all of Major League Baseball. The third consecutive year the Orioles have had the honor to be the I don't want to say owners of. I don't like to call a player being owned. Although owners are called owners for a reason. They own. Either way, Jackson Holliday, way to take a huge announcement and just turn it into something not very exciting. Jackson Holliday is in the lineup. He's batting seventh. And here is a look at your lineup. Obviously, we're probably going to see at most one at bat from these guys, maybe two if we bat around or get through the lineup before 2 innings are up. But we do have Cedric Mullins in the leadoff spot. Adley Rutschman hitting second. Anthony Santander will DH. Ryan O'Hearn will hit cleanup, play first. Austin Hayes is out in left field. The names you know, folks, the names you know. Ramon Urias will play third, hit sixth. There's Jackson Holliday in the 7-hole, batting from the left-hand side. He'll be hitting in front of Jorge Mateo in the 8-hole. And finally, McKenna will be out in right field. Corbin Burns. That's right. The big signing of the offseason. Corbin Burns will be on the mound to throw, I'm pretty sure, will be 1 inning of baseball. He might throw 6 pitches. It might be 12 pitches. It might be 18 pitches. Who knows? But he's going to get 3 outs, hopefully, without any issues. That's my number one. That's my number one goal with spring training, is to get these guys through March healthy and ready to go with our best possible roster. So, yeah, here's a look at some of the names that I'm going to be looking out for once we get past these first couple of innings and start seeing some jersey numbers that range into the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We've got 11 pitchers, non-roster invitees. Some names you know, some you may not. Justin Armbruster, Wanderson Charles, Tucker Davidson. I believe he was one of the pickups we made in the winter from Atlanta. Left-handed pitcher. Luis Gonzalez, Ronald Guzman, Chase McDermott, Cade Povich, Garrett Stallings, Albert Suarez, Andrew Suarez, and Nathan Webb. We have 5 non-roster catchers coming in. Silas Ardoin, David Benuelos, Sammy Basayo, the big prospect, who, by the way, is nursing a shoulder issue that is going to limit him to probably just hitting and not doing a whole lot of catching. But he has been invited to spring training, and hopefully we'll get a look at him before the end of March. But I would not expect to see him today. Maverick Handley and Michael Perez are your other non-roster catcher invitees. Of course, Jackson Holliday, as mentioned, in the starting lineup, along with another non-roster invitee and another giant prospect that I'm really looking forward to watching, Kobe Mayo. He is a third baseman by trade. That's what we're hopefully grooming him for. And I'm picturing a scenario where we have Mayo at third, Gunnar at short, and Holiday at second. And I was actually under the impression there might be a shot at Mayo impressing so well this spring that he makes the team straight out and perhaps bumps someone like Ramon Urias out of the picture. If it isn't going to happen soon, I think it's going to happen eventually. Connor Norby, he's day-to-day right now. He is likely not available for today's ball game, but there's another prospect, middle infielder, who will probably have very little chance of breaking camp with the club, barring some injuries in the infield. And your one outfield non-roster invitee is Daniel Johnson. Now, I've got the ESPN Game Day up, and I'm wondering, the MLB Game Day, and I'm wondering if the ESPN one might be better suited for my needs. So pardon me a sec while I take a look at which one works better for me. And I'm just going to take a look at over here. Everything look normal? Everything looking okay? Fantastic. All right. Where's our scores here? All right. You got the lineups also here on the ESPN page. I'm not sure exactly how their animations work once first pitch is delivered, but again, expect a lot of trial and error. There you go. There's a shot of the Ed Smith Stadium, Sarasota, Florida. Oh, here's a look at our umpires today. Home plate, we've got Ben May, first base, Chad Fairchild. At second base, Chris Segal. Or is it Siegel? I don't know. Is he related to Steven? Is he just a cook? I don't know. And at third base, Junior Valentine. All right. And, actually, here's a mini injury report. As I stated before, Connor Norby is day-to-day with a minor injury. Gunnar Henderson is going to be out until for about 3 weeks, it would appear. They're estimating his return in mid-March. That's only going to give him a couple of weeks to ramp up for the season. Hopefully he'll be ready to go, and hopefully that lack of a full spring isn't going to impede his ability to get off to a good start. Obviously, last year, despite winning Rookie of the Year, Gunnar got off to a pretty slow start. So we're hoping we get him back and get him enough plate appearances and enough innings out in the field to get him up to speed and comfortable, ready to go opening day. Again, Sammy Basayo, they're not expecting back until April 26th. So why was he invited to spring training? I know he's down there. I guess that would be his full availability, but he is able to do some work down there to make him worth putting on the spring training roster. Nate Webb, a reliever. And, of course, the terrible news that broke about a week ago or so that Kyle Bradish, with a UCL strain, he's going to be out. They put an estimated return date down here for May 1st. So, you know, that date means absolutely nothing. There really is no idea. That would be a best-case scenario in all likelihood. Obviously, if he's going to require Tommy John surgery, then goodbye 2024 and perhaps some of 2025. Right. How are we doing out there? Come on, guys. It's baseball time. What's shaking? Hey, if you're coming in and maybe you're new here, get comfy. We're going to be here a while. All right, so 1 minute till the first pitch. I better hurry up and get the channel open here. My goodness. I should have done a dry run here and not left it to chance, taking so long, but I dare to live dangerously. I'm just super excited. This is it. I can't wait to see the field. And I'm also curious as to exactly what the deal is with these darn pants. That's right. Those darn pants. Why do they have to be so gosh darn? Okay, here we go. We are... Well, we've got a bit of a lag is what we have. That's what we have right now. We got a bit of a lag. Okay, so it looks like our animation looks something like this. Okay. I'm hoping that my stream of the game here is only... I'm picking up the Nesson broadcast, New England Sports Network. It looks like there's just a bit of a lag issue, but it's starting to catch up with itself as they go over the umpires here on TV. I'm gonna try one other path here, and I'm gonna probably wind up missing first pitch. Perfect, Steve. You start a new channel and you missed the first pitch of the season. Fantastic. Well played. Like I said, folks, trial and error, trial and error. The game is about to start. It is moments away. Moments, folks. And we are underway, in fact. Corbin Burns is on the mound, and he has already got a 3-1 count on center fielder Rafaela up at the plate for the Red Sox. And a swing and a foul ball to bring the count full. All right. I think my stream is going to... yeah, there's a lot of pausing and starting here. And it looks like Burns is going to get himself a strikeout with his first batter in an Oriole uniform. Yes, it's not it's not the regular season quite yet, but Corbin Burns strikes out Rafaela to begin the ball game. It looks like a nice afternoon down there on the Gulf Coast of Florida. I only wish my stream was not... Wow, I'm getting a lot of lag for this game. This is... You had to know something wasn't going to be... This is great, Steve. Anybody new that might find your channel and go like, oh, great, somebody's going to cover the Orioles? Oh, it's just this amateur zilch who has no idea what the hell he's doing. Well, in the meantime, Wilyer Abreu is at the plate with a 1-1 count. And the next pitch from Burns is taken for a called strike, a fastball in the outside corner. One of the few pitches I was able to watch from start to finish without a lag or... Okay, this might be it. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, I've learned my lesson. Start the stream earlier and let the broadcasts settle in. 1-2 the count on Wilyer Abreu. 1 out here in the top of the first. Game 1. Whoops. This should probably be like that for you. Game 1 here of spring training. Grapefruit League for the Orioles. Burns' next pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. And Abreu will stay alive. Burns up to 10 pitches. Excuse me, that was number 11. Looks like he's beginning to grow the mullet out, by the way. We might have full Burns mullet come April. Excuse me. That pitch was a breaking ball in the dirt, and the ball gets away. Nobody's on base, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Abreu. Hitting from the left side here. Rutschman sets up on the outside corner. Burns hits the target. Low on the outside corner. And Abreu took it. Called strike 3. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Welcome to the Orioles. Our new ace, Corbin Burns. Let's go. Here comes Bobby Dahlbeck. Big right-handed hitter. First baseman for the Sox. First pitch is a slider a little bit low. It had the plate. Dahlbeck in 21 games last season hit just over 200. Next pitch, another slider. This time it hits the outside corner at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, it's so much easier to call a game with a fluid broadcast. Okay, I'll just leave a note in the description. Hey, if you're watching this game later, just skip the first 5 minutes of me calling it because I couldn't see what was going on. You just want to watch this because your parents are from Boston. Well, Rowan, welcome and settle in. Happy spring training to you. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it swung on and lifted into center field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Dahlbeck. That pitch was low, may have been out of the zone. Looked like a front door slider Burns was trying to get Dahlbeck with there, and he got his hands in, was able to lift it into center field for a base hit. So a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Pablo Reyes, the Red Sox shortstop, batting from the right side. First pitch is outside. So Burns, that's 18 pitches for him now. Hopefully he'll get out of this inning with no more than 20, 22 pitches, and that'll be it. He can go play some golf the rest of the day. I apologize as there is another pause in my stream here. This will be something I'll have to look into. You know, I'm going to chalk it up to it's a spring training game, and when a regular season's underway, these streams should be a little more reliable in terms of the broadcast being fluid. 20th pitch from Burns on a 2-0 count. And just go ahead and freeze up on me one more time, why don't you? First, a check on the runner. Back in is Dahlbeck. 2-1 now the count on Reyes. 2 down here in the top of the first. Just getting underway here at the Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota, Florida. Grapefruit League action just getting started for the Baltimore Orioles here in their 2024 season. And would you look at that? Reyes hits a ground ball to third. Urias handles it and throws him out to win the inning. So Burns is able to work off a 2-out single. He did throw a lot of pitches in that first inning, over 20, but managed to strike a couple of batters out and get out of the inning unscathed. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Red Sox 0 and the Orioles coming up. Due up for Baltimore will be Cedric Mullins, Adley Rutschman, and Anthony Santander. Right, so now that I get to think more about the Orioles lineup, Burns, by the way, looked pretty good. Again, probably worked the count a little deeper than he wanted to. He had a couple of full counts in there, but showed a few of his pitches, the cutter. Didn't see the sinker, saw a slider, saw the fastball. When he wanted to, he was finding the corners and got a couple of strikeouts. The one hit he gave up wasn't exactly barreled up by Dahlbeck. So, yeah. Guy looks like an ace to me. But yeah, we've got in the bottom of the first Mullins due to lead off, Rutschman second, followed by Santander. Obviously, Gunnar Henderson not available in the lineup. It would have been interesting to see where he would have slotted in for Brandon Hyde. But we're going to get Mullins to lead things off. And should Mullins find a way to stay fit, show us that he can steal some bags, and get off to a hot spring, I'd love to see him, if not bat leadoff, maybe hit second. Maybe bat leadoff against righties, bat second against lefties. I do think Adley Rutschman makes sense as our leadoff hitter. Just, he's got some power, but not so much power where, you're pulling a Kyle Schwarber and watching all these solo home run shots in the first inning. He's got a lot of double power. So, and of course, he works walks. He gets on base. First pitch, Mullins swings and hits a high fly ball to right center field. This one's deep. It's going to take the fielder back to the track. Makes the catch. One pitch, and Mullins nearly hit it out of here. My goodness. Okay. Not exactly baseball related, but hey, if you're here, I appreciate it. So I failed to mention starting for the Red Sox is Garrett Whitlock. He's now 2-0 on Adley Rutschman. And the next pitch is just a bit outside, 3-0. Rutschman showing that keen batting eye that helped him to a .374 on base percentage last season. 20 homers, 80 runs batted in. Can he take it up another notch? Can he hit over 280? Can the on base get closer to 400? Can the homers get near 25? Can the RBIs bump up to 90? Let's see. Here's a pitch. Swung on and driven. This ball is carrying deep to center field, and it's just getting over the wall. The center fielder reached his glove up. That ball is gone. Bye-bye birdie. Adley Rutschman, welcome to 2024. Folks, I don't mean to get so excited about a spring training home run, but Adley just went yard deep to dead center field over the 406-foot marker. And that ball was on the outside edge. He went out there and got it and showed some real strength on that swing. Adley Rutschman, one at bat, one home run. Maybe we can have him hitting leadoff. Let's go. Here's Santander, swing and a miss. Oh, here's the replay. Dead center. Just to the right of the 400-foot sign. Did I say 406? Those are my bad eyes. Here's a swing and a liner into center, but it hangs up for the center fielder to make the catch. So Santander is retired, and there are two down. Wow. Adley Rutschman going deep. Yeah, get used to that, Boston. Woo! Man, oh man, oh man. Other than watching Jackson Holliday's first at bat, that's probably going to be the highlight for the day right there. So here's Ryan O'Hearn now. My goodness. I might have to check Orioles Twitter after that. Whitlock gets ahead of O'Hearn 0-2. Again, I apologize for not going pitch by pitch. My stream, unfortunately, everything else seems to be working. My actual streaming software, all the other bells and whistles, audio equipment, everything else is good to go. But the stream itself is lagging for me. So the count now 1-2, and this one's low and inside. So Ryan O'Hearn fell behind 0-2, works the count back even. And here comes the 2-2 pitch from Whitlock. Swung on and topped foul at the plate. Right at the feet of the catcher. According to the announcers, they expect Whitlock to actually go at least 2 innings today. So they're trying to stretch him out. I do believe he was a reliever. Thomas, if you're around, Whitlock, wasn't he like a late inning reliever for you guys? Are they trying to stretch him out to be a starter? What's going on? Here comes the 2-2 to O'Hearn, and it's swung on and fouled away. O'Hearn fighting that tough breaking ball off. Another big question mark for Baltimore this season, and not necessarily a bad one, but just can Ryan O'Hearn duplicate what he did last season? It was very unexpected, and we've seen it in baseball many times before. Every season you can find across the league at least a few players that sort of pop up for a surprise career year, and that's the only year they really find success. We hope that's not the case for O'Hearn. His platoon with Ryan Mountcastle last season was very effective. And it looks like, indeed, my stream is behind the animations here. Here's a pitch low to O'Hearn. A check to see if he swung. And the count will go full. 2 down, bases empty, a run in here in the bottom of the first. And here's the payoff pitch to O'Hearn. Swung on and popped up. Center field. Medium depth. Catch is made and the inning is over. Whitlock throws 20 pitches, gives up a solo shot to Adley Rutschman. The Orioles get on the board first at the end of 1. 1-0 Orioles. Rutschman with a homer to center. Look at that right there on the old board. Hey, you fantasy players out there. I know you don't like taking catchers early in the draft. You better go get Adley. You better get him. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Thailand Iced Lattes. Thailand Iced Lattes. For when you need so much caffeine. Oh, that's good. Wow. That's right, folks. It's 1:22 a.m. where I sit. Saturday night live, covering the Baltimore Orioles' first spring training game of the season. Grapefruit League action in Sarasota, Florida at the Ed Smith Stadium. Adley Rutschman causing a commotion with a first inning bomb. Let's go over to the Twitter here, see if anybody's had anything to say about Adley in the last 10 minutes or so. Don't you love to have a name that you just type in your first name and people know? There it is, folks. There's the swing. You can see it right there. And that ball is gone. You gotta love it. Here's another one. Going deep to center field, just over the outstretched glove. Look at Adley around the bases. And I love that the Orioles have their full, ready-to-go uniforms on instead of that spring training orange. Okay, top of the second we go. And as expected, a new pitcher for the Orioles. It's Mike Baumann. Baumann appeared in 60 games for Baltimore last season with a 10-1 record, 3.76 ERA. Here's the next pitch to, who is this? Tyler Heineman. And he's going to hit a fly ball to left field. It's a can of corn out there for Austin Hayes, who makes the catch. And there's one down. Okay. Just random just random non-connecting conversations in chat. You got to love it. First pitch is low and away here to Romy Gonzalez. Gonzalez came over from the White Sox, who appeared in 44 games last season. Might be why you didn't hear about him. Chicago didn't exactly make a lot of headlines in terms of success. Ballman from the stretch, 1-1 count, and there's a fastball fouled back, 1-2. With the injuries the Orioles have, Tyler Wells originally looked to be bumped into long relief following the acquisition of Corbin Burns. Here's a swing and a miss. A nice fastball there by Ballman. A strikeout and 2 away here in the top of the second. So once the Kyle Bradish news came down and once it was made known John Means wasn't going to be available for opening day, suddenly Tyler Wells, who looked to be in long relief, along with Cole Irvin, are probably going to be bumped into the rotation, which then says, well, who will be taking a long relief role? We already know who we have in middle relief for the most part. If you're looking at a pair of lefties, you got Danny Coulomb, you got CNL Perez. If you're looking at righties, you got Dylan Tate, and you got perhaps Jacob Webb as your middle relief guys. Then perhaps Cano, your setup man, and Kimbrel, your closer. By the way, 0-2 the count on the new batter here, Westbrook. Or excuse me, is this? Oh, that's a quick inning. Westbrook flies out to right, and Ballman goes 3 up, 3 down. A very easy inning of work. We'll go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Baltimore. Wow, I've never seen such an absolute, yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Anybody got anything to, how you doing, Cam? Anybody got anything baseball related to talk about? Just wondering. Jesus Christ. If I knew it was going to be this kind of party, I would have stuck something in the mashed potatoes. Adley going yard in his first at-bat. Such a good sign. Everybody knows about the Adley homer. Where were you when it happened? So the O's should be bringing up Austin Hayes, Ramon Urias, and then Jackson Holliday. So we are just a few minutes away from seeing the professional well, not professional debut, but I don't know. The first time I've seen Jackson wearing a Baltimore Oriole uniform in a game. I've seen him in a uniform, and I've seen him in a game, but I haven't seen him in the uniform in a game. Should be good. A graphic is being shown that the Orioles' payroll this season stands at $111 million, which is their biggest payroll in 5 years. First pitch swinging by Hayes is a ground ball to short. Reyes fields it cleanly and will throw out the Oriole left fielder. So 1 pitch, 1 down. Austin Hayes retired. Garrett Whitlock, as mentioned earlier, is out there for a second inning of work. That'll bring up Ramon Urias. Urias is definitely going to be feeling the pressures of where his spot in this team stands now that we've had a season of Jordan Westburg, who's perhaps looked at as the future over Urias. You've got Jackson Holliday coming up now. You got Kobe Mayo waiting in the wings. And then if you're looking at somebody to have as a, defensive replacement / something to help you out from off the bench. Well, Jorge Mateo seems to fill that role better. So it will be interesting to see what Urias is able to do for us, whether or not we look to offload him at some point. I could see him being part of a deadline trade package if we need another arm. I got a lot to talk about. 2-2 the count on Urias, though, as a slider hits the dirt. Here's the next pitch from Whitlock, and this is just off the plate. Looked like a two-seamer that tried to tail back over the outside corner, but didn't quite catch the edge, and the count runs full. One down, bases empty, and the payoff pitch to Urias is swung on and popped up. On the lip of the outfield grass, the third baseman drops the ball. My goodness, what happened there? The shortstop just a couple of feet away. Everything looked routine. The third baseman calling everyone off, took a few steps back. Oof, that looked like a spring training play right there from Westbrook, the Red Sox third baseman. Well, Westbrook, I don't know much about you, but after watching that play, I'm not going to know much more. And here we go. Jackson Holliday, wearing number 87, steps in. My God, he looks 12 years old. 0-1 the count on him. And here comes the next pitch. And there's his first swing, and he fouls it back. My goodness. Jackson Holliday. Decked out in full Oriole regalia. Here's his next pitch, and he looks at one low and in. Now, that pitch wasn't that close, but what was nice to see was that Holliday wasn't even interested. He knew immediately out of the hand of the pitcher that was not going to be in the zone. Didn't even swivel his hips, nothing. Next pitch swung on and missed. And Holliday strikes out. He wound up on a fastball and came up empty. So there's your Jackson Holliday debut, a swing and a miss strikeout, as Whitlock gets him with a fastball. Well, not the storybook start you wanted for Holliday, but hey, we already had Adley Rutschman hitting a home run in his first at-bat. There's only so many Hollywood scripts you can write in one game. Here's Mateo, who looks at a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. Mateo hitting in the 8th spot. Runner at first, 2 down. Low and outside, 1-1 the count. Can we raid Tom? I don't know if I'm doing any raiding, Cam. I think as soon as I'm done, I'm passing out. It is 1:30 a.m. now. For much of my adult life, I'm used to being up at this hour, but for the past couple of years, I've turned into an old geezer that usually goes to bed by like 11 and wakes up at 6 in the morning. Here's the next pitch on a 1-2 count. Slider swung on a miss, and Mateo goes down. So a nice inning there by Whitlock with a couple of strikeouts. Jackson Holliday made his debut and struck out. And at the end of 2 innings, the Orioles lead this one 1-0. We'll see who the Orioles bring out for the 3rd inning. Whether or not they plan on using 9 pitchers going 1 inning apiece, or if anybody they might have to go a couple of innings. Oh, wow, that's tasting better and better. My goodness. Well, in terms of anybody randomly showing up, I'm not sure. Oh, so we do have 7 people here. Hello to you, 7. I know Paul and Cam and Maria are here. If you're here, go ahead and shout out in the chat. I know it takes a subscription, but hey, It's free, and there's no obligation, and no salesman will visit your home. Once again, the highlight of the game so far, here's a replay of it. Adley Rutschman going yard in his first spring at bat off of Garrett Whitlock just over the center field wall. Fantastic. I got to use my first bye-bye birdie line. Hey, there's somebody showing up. Pure in the chat. Thank you, Pure, for asking folks to hit the like and the subscribe buttons. That's righty. And yeah, I know I'm taking a look at my little window here. The lighting isn't exactly what I prefer. It does look like I'm in a fluorescent lit room, because I am. I'm working on getting a ring light. It'll be here in time for the regular season. And I also don't plan on doing mini games at this hour during the spring anyway. But this is the first game of the season. Okay, we're back here for the top of the third. And on the mound now for Baltimore is Andrew Heasley. Or, excuse me. Maybe I should get his first name right. Of my own player. Jonathan Heasley. Excuse me. And here's a swing and a miss. Okay, where are we in here? I lost my spot. There we go. Okay, so it's Contreras at the plate, and he's got a 1-1 count. Heasley, the righty, on the mound, and the next pitch is foul back. So, yeah, it's not going to take long before I'm calling a game with a bunch of players I don't know, especially on the Red Sox side. But this is all part of the learning process. I'm very excited to get a crash course and rebuild my baseball knowledge back to a level I consider to be elite. It was once an elite level. Then I took about a 10-year break writing about English soccer. Now I'm ready to return to the big game. Hey, Spaceman, how you doing? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for waving at me. We got a 1-2 count here on Contreras, the Boston left fielder, leading off the top of the third, and another foul pop-up. We'll do it again. You could ask me what sort of chances Heasley has in making the team. I would tell you very little, but I can also tell you with pitchers, you never know. There's likely to be a name that nobody's considering for the opening day roster that could just absolutely blow people away in the spring. I mean, these are pitchers who are, if not major leaguers, they're knocking on the door. And when it comes to pitchers, one little change in their delivery, maybe adding a new pitch to the repertoire, one little tweak can turn a pitcher that just shows some potential into a legit fireballer for your pitching staff. The count goes full here to Contreras, leading off here in the top of the third. 1-0 Baltimore. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and hit in the air, right field, pretty deep, going back and looking up. This ball's going to get out of here. Contreras goes yard to right field. And the Red Sox have tied the game at 1 as Heasley gives up a home run ball to the first batter he faces. Now, that's not a good sign. And hey, Heasley, I don't know if you noticed, but that's Adley Rutschman catching for you behind the plate. Don't be blaming him for that one. He's going to tell you the right pitches to throw. He's going to frame them for you. He's going to do everything he can to make you a better pitcher. Here's a nice breaking ball. Big lollipop curveball to Hickey, the number 9 hitter, DHing for Boston. And now a swing and a foul ball, so Hickey quickly in the hole 0-2. Yeah, boo for the Red Sox. Tying it up with a home run. Let's just hope Heasley can actually get an out. He's quickly ahead 0-2 here on Hickey. The pitch. Swung on and lined into left field, a base hit. Wow. So an 0-2 count. Heasley trying to hit the outside corner with a fastball. And Hickey was able to reach out for it and poke it to the opposite field. Not a good sign here from Heasley. You're giving up home runs to your first batter. You're giving up hits on an 0-2 count. These are not things you like to see. And here's a first pitch strike as the lineup flips back to the top. And Rafaela at the plate, he's 0 for 1. The next pitch is a breaking ball, foul back, 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. You had a 50-50 shot there, Steve, and you blow it. 0-2 the count on Rafaela. Runner at first, nobody out. A run already in for the Boston Red Sox. The pitch is up and in, my goodness. 1-2. That'll wake you up. In 28 games last season, Rafaela had a cup of coffee. Here's a swing and a foul back. Another 1-2 pitch coming. Hickey takes a small lead from first. And the next pitch from Heasley is swung on and fouled back again. Heasley has yet to get an out. He's given up a home run. He's got another runner on first base. And now he's struggling to put this batter away. He doesn't seem to have a put-away pitch. Here's another 1-2 offering. Upstairs, ball 2. Easy to lay off there. The 2-2 inside, and the runner takes off. And Rutschman tries to nail him, and instead the ball is thrown into the outfield. The runner does not advance from second to third, but that will be a stolen base for Hickey. Not a good throw there by Rutschman. Completely over the heads of everyone near the second base bag. So now a runner in scoring position and a full count pitch coming to Rafaela. Swung on and fouled back. Again, Heasley just doesn't seem to have a put-away pitch. Spaceman, I agree with you. I love a long season. I love a slow build-up. It's like an A24 movie. It's a slow burn. You know, it's that gradual build. Here's a breaking ball swung on in line, and Urias picks it at third. Throws across the diamond in time. 1 away. Wow. Heasley will have to thank Urias after the inning for that one. That ball was ticketed for a double down the left field line, and Urias, going to his right, picked it cleanly, popped up and threw a strike across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Runner at second had to stay where he was. So Heasley finally gets an out, and now it'll be Wilyer Abreu at the plate. Oh, it's going to be a long game, Paul. Long, so long I might have to light something up here. Something I probably won't be able to do in the regular season. Here's a pitch upstairs to Abreu, and the count 2-0. Heasley does not look good, I got to tell you. Next pitch is on the outside edge, about belt high for a called strike, 2-1. Or was that called a ball? Wasn't the count 1-1? These are things I need to pay more attention to. Spring training, folks. The 2-1 pitch is swung on, and did he get a foul tip? Either way, it's a strike. as the ball falls out of the mitt of Adley Rutschman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 1 away. A run in here in a 1-1 ball game in the top of the third. Heasley from the stretch checks the runner at second. Here comes the pitch. Up and away. Count goes full. That's 25 pitches already for Heasley, who's only gotten 1 out, and that out was due to some good defense from Ramon Urias. To say he is laboring out there would be an understatement. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Hey, a strikeout for Heasley. How about that? Abreu strikes out, 2 down, and that'll bring up Bobby Dahlbeck, who's 1 for 1. So it hasn't been pretty, but Heasley has a chance to get out of this inning with just the 1 run. The home run he gave up to the first batter he faced. First pitch is low at the plate to Dahlbeck, 1-0. In 21 games for the Sox last season, Dahlbeck barely hit the Mendoza line. 204 was his average. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away, 1-1. This will be the 29th pitch of the inning coming up here from Heasley. And it's a breaking ball swung on and missed. 1-2. That might have been his best pitch in this inning. It was enough for Dahlbeck to call for time and collect himself. He's back in the box now. And a 1-2 pitch is on its way. Inside, and it looks like it got him. No, it didn't get him. That pitch nearly got Dahlbeck on the arm, but he somehow got out of the way. Count even at 2-2. The pitch is lined into right field, and it's going to get down. It's a base hit. A run is going to come around to score, and Dahlbeck will have a long RBI single as the Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. Again, another 2-strike pitch where the batter seemed to have an easy time just taking the ball to the opposite field. And Heasley might not make it out of the inning. Yep, that's going to do it for Heasley. He walks away with 2 away here in the third. That was not a good showing from Heasley. I called it like I saw it. I mean, right out of the gate, first batter, he was struggling, and then after a full count, he gives up a home run. And from there on, yeah, just couldn't put pitchers or couldn't put a batter away when he got the 2 strikes. When they would swing at a 2-strike pitch, they'd go the other way with it without a problem. Yeah, not a good inning for Heasley, but we're not expecting much from him. We will go to the bottom of the third. The Red Sox now lead this one 2-1. We'll see if the Orioles plan on getting 2 at-bats out of their starters or just 1. Ryan McKenna, the number 9 hitter, will be due up first, and then the top of the order, Cedric Mullins and Adley Rutschman. I bet you never saw Harry Carey do this. All right. I don't know, Tom. What stream you talking about? Something today or something last night? He had a stream a night or two ago where he just plain zonked out, I guess. All right, top of the third we go. Whoa. What happened? Okay. They're just showing a replay of Adley throwing out the runner at second base. Oh, that was live. So they brought in a new pitcher. They didn't even have time to show us who he is. The runner from first took off, and Rutschman came up with a strike to nail him at second base to win the inning. I apologize for that completely botched call, but I guess that would be Dahlbeck, who got caught trying to steal second base. Rutschman throwing him out with a laser, and the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the third now. The Red Sox lead 2-1. Again, I'm up late. I'm not used to being up this late. And, yeah. Wow. I had a feeling this might be like this. I'm a bit self-conscious. I'm going to be honest, folks. I feel pretty confident in my broadcasting capability. But between the start time, which for me is now, it's almost 2 a.m. where I am, and just, my sleeping patterns not really meshing with this, and also setting up a whole new type of stream on a channel where I haven't really experimented a whole lot. I was worried about lag issues as well. The game started where the picture was just showing me frames at a time. So, a lot of bugs to work out here. But I'm awake. What's going on, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. We go to the bottom of the third. So that'll spell the end of the day for Whitlock, who goes 2 innings, gives up the 1 run, the Rutschman homer. That's the only hit he allowed. He didn't walk anybody, and he had 2 strikeouts, including Jackson Holiday. Again, the number 9 man, Ryan McKenna, set to lead things off for the Orioles. We'll see who Boston has out on here on the mound. Again, they're not the quickest to show us who's who. It's Criswell. Criswell on the mound for Boston. I know his first name begins with a C, and I have no idea. I'm going to guess Chris, because Criswell sounds cool. Here's a 1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled away off to the left by McKenna. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Oriole right fielder, leading off the bottom of the third. The Orioles down a run after Boston put up 2 in the top half of the inning. Here's the next pitch, and he tries to catch the outside corner, gets the call. McKenna doesn't like it. It was too close to take, probably, and it had a funky movement on it. Nice pitch there. McKenna called out on strikes. 1 away and back to the top of the order. Let's see if the Orioles start. Oh, we have Mullins back in there, and he looks at one low and in for ball 1. So Mullins, he flew out deep in his first at-bat. Next pitch is fouled away. Has Mullins cut his dreads? It would appear, from my vantage point, that Mullins has lost the dreads. Here's a swing and a foul away at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. That's always a big surprise every spring. A player changing their look. I see no hair popping out of Mullins' helmet. Here's the next pitch. He tried to catch an indoor slider there. An inside. Did I say indoor? There's front door, there's back door. There isn't an indoor. It was a slider working outside to in. So I guess that was a front door slider. All right, the 2-2 to Mullins is popped up. Shallow center. Out on the outfield grass is the shortstop Reyes to make the catch, and there are 2 down. Spaceman reporting that the Yankees currently lead the Tigers 3-2. Any notable players involved in the scoring there, Spaceman? We see our first Soto home run yet? All right, here's Adley. 2 down, nobody on, and he takes inside for ball 1. It was a backdoor boogie. Criswell's next pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the Orioles switch hitting catcher, Adley Rutschman. He's already homered today. The pitch. Here's a big swing. And that ball's drilled down to the right field corner, but it's foul. My goodness. Look out over there. Spring training stadiums, you hit a foul ball deep down in the corner, your chances of hitting a car window are pretty good. Here's another foul ball. Rutschman fouls this one away to make the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now that I look out of the corner of my eye, it would appear that Rutschman is about to fly out to right field. Let's see if he does. There it is. A high fly ball to right. Just about 5 feet in front of the track. The catch is made to end the inning. We're through 3. That was a little quicker, but not to the Orioles' liking. Very little shown at the plate by the Orioles, especially considering you had Mullins and Rutschman due up there. We go to the 4th. 2-1 Boston. Yeah, I suppose my Twitter feed is going to have to now start to transition from a lot of Premier League content, which I was used to because of my job and everything else, to baseball content. And why am I not already following Jeff Passan? I thought I was. But yeah, as you can see, my Twitter feed is pretty much nothing but Premier League football. This was what I did for work for the last decade. Bull, I did not see anybody sunbathing in the outfield. It's not really that sort of like berm on the outfield grass. It's just like corner bleachers, and then like you know, like a little open area in the very corner of either side where the parking lots meet up. Here's a shot of the crowd. I can tell you it looks like a nice breezy day, and it's in the lower 70s. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Sarasota. But bear in mind it's Florida. You never know what's going to happen. Garrett Stallings, right-handed pitcher, is now going to take over for the Orioles on the mound. I'm not even sure who replaced the previous pitcher in the last inning. Oh, it was Watson. Came in to get one batter. Ryan Watson. Thank you for ending that painful inning. 0-1 from Stallings, and his next pitch is on the outside corner, 0-2. All right, this looks a lot better. This looks a little more promising. Pablo Reyes is at the plate, by the way. In the hole 0-2. Leading off the top of the 4th, Boston ahead 2-1. Stallings' next pitch is swung on and fouled back. Yeah, Paul, I made my way out to an Arizona spring training tour back in, I think it was 2007. It was either the same year as the World Baseball Classic or the year after. But yeah, me and my girlfriend at the time, we went on she wanted to go to Arizona for other reasons. And I was like, well, if we're going to go there, let's go in March. And I want to go to like half a dozen spring training games. And I remember the Brewers had a nice outfield berm you can sit on. That was one of the parks. And I saw Prince Fielder play out there right when he was about to break in with the big team. Boy, was he gigantic even then. And looks like Stallings has given up a base hit to Abreu. To Reyes. Reyes is on now at first base to lead off the top of the fourth. Tyler Heineman, the switch hitting catcher, takes a look at a called strike. Last season, split time just 22 games between the Pirates and the Blue Jays. Next pitch is swung on, and he got some carry under that one, but he slams his bat down. He knew he didn't barrel it up. It is a high fly ball into fairly deep right field, but it'll be an easy out there. McKenna making the catch. One down here in the top of the fourth. Runner goes back to first. You have family in Tucson. Yeah, I bounced around like Mesa, all around. The whole, I went to the Cubs facility, went to the Brewers facility. I believe the White Sox. Swinging a foul back. Yeah, I definitely remember seeing I think it was A's White Sox was another game I saw. It was great. We a couple of times, 2 games in the same day. Go see a 1:00 game, local time, and then go down the road a few miles and watch a game at 4:00. It's fantastic. All right, 1 out, runner at first, and an 0-1 count, and here's a pitch foul back, 0-2. To Romy Gonzalez, 0-for-1 today. He struck out swinging back in the second. Decent speed at first with Reyes. Stallings from the stretch. And here comes the pitch. And just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Gonzalez. I've actually never been to Florida spring training, only Arizona, even though I'm an East Coast guy. I mean, it is a quicker flight to Florida and probably cheaper. But, I mean, if you're going to fly to Florida, you might as well fly to Arizona. Even though I could watch my Orioles in Florida. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right. It's going to hold up there for McKenna, who makes the catch. Hit fairly deep once again. But that's going to be the second out of the inning. The runner retreats to first. 2 down here in the top of the fourth. Up steps Westbrook. Jay Westbrook. And I don't mean Jay as in J-A-Y. I mean Jay as in that's his first initial. And I don't know what his real name. I think it's Jamie. Could be Justin. I don't think it's John. It is Jamie. Look at that. Jamie Westbrook. Played in AAA Scranton last season. Put up some nice numbers in 117 games. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and Westbrook stumbles out of the batter's box. Urias makes the play, and that will retire the side. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Red Sox lead this one 2-1. So what I'll be looking for here in the bottom of the fourth is whether or not we can hopefully see, I mean, who's due up here? Santander, O'Hearn, and Hayes. We're going to need 2 batters to reach in order for a chance to maybe see Jackson Holliday get a second at bat. It could be a deciding factor because after that, we're into the 5th inning. The game's half over, and every starter might be out of the game by then. But I'm sure the Orioles would like to see Holliday get 2 at bats. Although if they really wanted to see him get 2, they could have hit him like second in the order or something. So yeah, while we have a break in the action, Oriole fans, if you're out there watching this later, because certainly you aren't here now, here's how I suggest we handle our starting pitching situation. 3 people watching. Oof. Boy, I hope when the regular season's underway. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing middle of the night spring training games for this sort of turnout. I really do appreciate those who are here. But my goodness, this is quite late, and I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway because I'm super excited, so it just felt only natural to stream it. But yeah, 1 o'clock local time starts, East Coast is 1 a.m. for me, so this will probably do it for the spring for my 1 a.m. starts. But yeah, if you're watching this, if you haven't subscribed, do so already. Or you haven't subscribed already, do so, however that works. Bottom of the 4th we go. Santander leading off, and he looks at a pitch over the plate but low from Criswell to start things off. 1-0. Yeah, and once you subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll be leaving posts and putting up schedules to some spring training games. But yeah, they're going to be mainly reserved for 6 p.m. or later start times because that's normal morning time for me. I'm good with that. I'll have my morning cup of coffee. Here's a swing and a ground ball to first. Dahlbeck will take it to the bag himself to retire Santander. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Criswell out here for his 2nd inning of work. And Ryan O'Hearn will get a second trip to the plate. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the right. Yeah, Paul, it'll either be 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. There's a lot of 6 p.m. start times during the spring. Here's a swing and a well-stroked ball into center field will get down for a hit. So O'Hearn with his first hit of the spring, a 1-out single, and the Orioles have the tying run on. All right, that means 1 more base runner without a double play involved. And hopefully we'll get at least 1 more look at Jackson Holliday. You'd love to see him do anything other than just strike out. At least want to see him put the ball in play, draw a walk, anything to get on base or at least hit a ball hard somewhere. Here's our first pitch to Austin Hayes in there called strike. Yeah, that was weird how early when I first started the stream, the game was unwatchable. I was sitting here watching like 1 frame every 10 seconds. Now it's been like an hour straight without any issues. So lesson learned on that. Start your stream where you've got the game channel up like 10 minutes before the game is. Oh, this ball's hit down the third base line. Is it fair? It appears to be so. Coming around to third is O'Hearn. It'll be a double for Hayes. Yes, sir. Austin Hayes hits a ball just inside the third base bag and down the left field line. It'll be runners at second and third with only 1 away after that double from Austin Hayes, which means we're 1 batter away from Mr. Holliday. Ramon Urias at the plate now. Wouldn't you love to see Holliday up in this spot First pitch to Urias is a called strike. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second. Only one down here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Boston, but the Orioles are looking to strike back. Swing and a miss by Urias. He chased one that was below the zone, and now he's in the hole 0-2. These are important at-bats for Urias to defend his position on this team. I'm not saying he's not in danger of not making the team, but, oh, he does get into one. A nice piece of swinging that's going to get the runner home. A fly ball to left field. Runner tags and will score standing up as Urias has himself a sacrifice fly. A really nice piece of hitting there. That ball was probably four inches below the zone. He just went down there with a golf swing and lifted it into fairly deep left field, allowing Ryan O'Hearn to come in without a play at the plate. So this game is now tied at 2. Austin Hayes remains at second base, and here we go. Jackson Holliday is ready to make his second plate appearance, and here he is in an RBI spot. How fantastic would it be to see Holliday drive in a go-ahead run? He struck out in the first inning, in his first at-bat. And the first pitch is way outside. Come on, Holliday. We had the Adley homer to kick things off. Oh, how about a nice gapper here to low and in, and 2 pitches that Holliday was able to lay off without any issue whatsoever. Now with a 2-0 count. Let's see if he has the sort of maturity that understands how to... on a 2-0 pitch, he pops it up. Didn't get it. He hits it to center field, but about 20 feet in front of the track, and that's going to end the inning. Holliday flies out to center, and you could see the disappointment on his face. With a 2-0 count, he was hoping to do better than that. But those are the lessons you learn. The Orioles, though, tie the ball game back up with a sacrifice fly RBI from Ramon Urias. We're going to go to the 5th inning with a tie ball game. 2-2 here in Sarasota. I'm in Thailand, and we're going to, for the 5th inning of Orioles baseball, I have a special theme. I've decided. Pool, you're the only one here. Maybe Spaceman, not sure. Cam. I think a tradition for my Oriole streams is to have a turn back the clock inning. You know, baseball is about tradition. Baseball is about the past and the history. It is America's pastime. And you know, there was a time where, pardon me, Yes, there was a time where you'd go to the ballpark, you'd wear a suit, you'd buy some peanuts or Cracker Jacks, and you'd light up a Lucky. This inning brought to you by Lucky Strike. We go to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th here in Sarasota. And the first pitch is a ground ball hit to second. And Holliday, is that him still out there in the field? If so, he makes a nice play. Yes, sir. Jackson Holliday had to sprint in, make a play on the run, made it look relatively easy. That's also another noteworthy piece of this news. Obviously, with Gunnar Henderson not available, and the question of what do we do in the future? Is Gunnar going to play third and Jackson at short, or is Gunnar going to play short and Jackson at second? Well, here we are without Gunnar available. Brandon Hyde and everybody else behind the Orioles think tank, they could have played Jackson at short today, but they're playing him at second base. It would appear to me, I know it's early, I know it's just one lineup to go off of, but it appears to me that they're going to groom Holiday to be a second baseman. And they expect Gunnar to play short, which would mean Jordan Westberg is probably the man in line to be our everyday third baseman, with Urias maybe coming in to start for, say, Holiday against a lefty. Or, by the way, in game now with one away in the top of the fifth, here's a swing and a single into center field for Boston. They have a runner at first in a tie ball game with one away. Garrett Stalling still out there on the mound. So, yeah, my bet would be we're not going to see a whole lot of Jackson Holiday at shortstop at the major league level, at least as long as Gunnar Henderson's around. Here's a first pitch swing and a miss to Rafaela, getting his third at-bat of the day. He is 0 for 2 so far. 2-2 with one down here in the top of the fifth. And there's a strike. 0-2 the count on Rafaela. Remember, this inning brought to you by Lucky Strike. 4 out of 5 doctors prefer Lucky Strike. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Nice stop by Urias. On his knees, he throws to second for the force and gets the runner. Nice play there by Urias. So, I'm pretty impressed. He fell behind 0-2 at the plate in that spot to drive in a run, but he managed to still get a sacrifice fly on a tough pitch. And this is the second nice defensive play he's made here in the first 5 innings. Stopping that ball from going into the outfield and getting the force play at second. So there's 2 away and a runner at first. And here's a check on said runner. Rafaela, he's back in standing. Wilyer Abreu at the plate. He's 0 for 3. And the first pitch to him is swung on and popped up. Right field, McKenna, pretty much right there in his tracks, makes the catch, and the inning is over. We're halfway through this one, tied at 2. So, audio and video pool, have you noticed any things issues-wise, like any noticeable drop in quality in picture or sound or anything like that? How are we doing? Oh, wow. Listen to me. That's my voice coming through my TV. Guess it sounds okay. Hey, to the 4 folks who are currently watching, if you don't mind, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. I'll be here all summer. I guess we're still in the winter. All winter, spring, summer, and hopefully a little bit of fall. They call it a summer sport, but baseball pretty much stretches all 4 seasons when you think about it. You just get, the holidays off. That's fine by me. Anthony Rendon might not look at baseball as much fun, but I sure do. Sitting outside, watching on the phone. There's some nice weather out there for your pool. right, bottom of the fifth we go. Due up is Jorge Mateo, Ryan McKenna, and Cedric Mullins, but we'll see if there's any changes as we get into the back half of this ball game. Hey, Card, thanks for popping in. How are you? Pool's chilling outside, watching the stream on his phone. Apparently the audio and video quality is good to go. And the weather's in the 60s. All right, Boston has a new pitcher out here. Let's see if they'll be kind enough to throw up a graphic, or they expect me to recognize this guy without even seeing a number on his back. He's got a mustache, and he's got those Julio Urias glasses on, and he pitches from the right side. That's all I can tell you for now. Who are you, Boston pitcher? Campbell. Campbell is out the pitch, and the first pitch is a strike to Jorge Mateo. Here comes the next offering. It's a slider that goes well off the plate outside, 1-1. Campbell, first name I'm going to guess Isaiah. I can't think of another I name. Next pitch is a ball hit on the ground and up through the middle, a base hit. So Mateo with a leadoff single. Get ready to watch this guy run. He better be running in a tie ball game with his speed leading off the inning on first base. Let's go. Put the pressure on. I'm going to see what this pitcher's first name is here. Hey, I guessed right. Isaiah. How about that? It was either that or Igor. I feel like I had a 50-50 chance. All right. Ryan McKenna up the plate, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Keeping an eye on Mateo. Next pitch is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mateo stays at first base. Come on, Jorge. Flash the legs, man. You're here for one reason and one main reason, and that's your speed. You don't get on base much with hits, so... here's a line drive to the shortstop. He's going to go to second, get the force back to first, but not in time. Wow, that was a close play at second as well. McKenna hits into a fielder's choice, and Mateo is wiped off the bases. 1 away, runner at first. Ivan. Ivan's a decent guess. Ichabod. I suppose Ichabod. All right, back to the top of the order. And nice to see Mullins coming in for a third at bat. Again, part of the big news. Unless he's tucking it under his helmet in a way he didn't before. Mullins just looks different without his hair. I don't know what to tell you. He looks like a different person. This ball's up and away, 2-0. Runner at first, 1 down. McKenna with okay speed, but nothing like Mateo. Here's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ivan Drago, I will break you. Two-one to Ced Mullins is on the way, and that one's off the plate outside. 3-1 the count. Adley Rutschman tentatively on deck. The 3-1 is just a bit inside, and Mullins draws a walk. That'll push McKenna into scoring position. 2 on now with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see if Rutschman is coming up or not. So far, there haven't really been any substitutions. I was expecting them to be flying in at this stage of the ball game. Oh, yeah, I can name a few Ivans. Ivan the Terrible. How about that? Ivan Reitman, director of Ghostbusters, among other films. There's a few Ivans. Okay, here we go. This looks like... Who is this? Who do we have up at the plate? That is not Adley Rutschman. That much I know. Number 63. Left-handed hitter, number 63 at the plate. Oh, it's Perez. One of the non-roster invitees to spring. Perez has bounced around as a backup catcher for a few teams. And that's probably what he aims to do here. Be depth behind James McCann. And probably, if he stays with the team, going to be chilling down in AAA unless we need him. And that's the end of my coffee. So Perez looks at a 1-0 pitch, low and in, 2-0. Campbell working himself into trouble, 2 on and a 2-0 count with only 1 down and a tie ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Here it comes. Up and away, 3-0. You got to think Perez is going to take all the way here. Again, I'm not sure who's staying in the game and who's not, but until they tell me someone else has replaced him, Anthony Santander is due up next. So if Perez can get a walk, that'd load up the bases for Santander. He's swinging away, though, on 3-0 and sends a ball to deep center field all the way to the track, but Colton Cowser, who had come in to pinch run at second, inexplicably doesn't tag up and get to third on that one. I understand there's already 1 out, and tagging to go to third with 2 outs doesn't exactly, it doesn't make much of a difference unless you score on like an error or a wild pitch, but that ball was hit plenty deep enough for him to tag, and he didn't. Hey, Heston Kjerstad. There's a guy I recognize without having to see a name on his back. Kjerstad is up. He replaces Santander. 2 on, 2 out. Want to know the count, and here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kjerstad, who I'm hoping can impress enough this spring to make the team. I think he could be an everyday player as a DH. And we could look at perhaps making O'Hearn and Mountcastle a strict platoon. I just think Kjerstad has got some real pop in his bat. 2-1 the count on him. Campbell's next pitch is low, and Kjerstad swung at it anyway. Came up empty in the count, 2-2. Oh, I don't want to see any information. It looks like Kjerstad's not going to get the job done. Here's the next pitch, a swing and a miss. He chased one again, and down goes Heston. He strikes out. That'll end the 5th. We go to the 6th, still tied at 2. And yes, we are definitely now into the stage of the game where things are going to get pretty ridiculous in terms of me describing who's hitting, who's running. Changes are being made all over the place. They're not even calling the changes. When Cowser came in to pinch run, there was no... I didn't realize it until they just happened to show him. After he failed to tag up on that deep fly ball to center. Oh, looks like Manchester City beat Bournemouth with a 1-0 win. Barely getting past Bournemouth. You know, I wouldn't mind looking at my live FPL rank right here with you guys on stream. Oh, I can't go because The site's too busy. That's what you get when you go to this site when it's too busy. Everybody's looking at their. Okay, I got 35 points. Fantasy Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. This used to be the game that I was considered an expert of. I'm not much of an expert if I'm only good enough for second place in my own league. But in a game that has over 10 million players, my current global ranking is 300,000. 300,000 might not sound great, but when you think about it, that's top 0.3%. Top 0.3 percentile. Or is it no, top 3%. Top 3%. I'll take top 3%. All right, we're back underway. Garrett Stallings is out for his third inning of work. And I guess I should bring this back up. Pardon me. And we have a pinch hitter in for Badalbeck in the form of Cavadas. Who is Cavadas? Couldn't tell you. I can tell you he hits from the left side. And he's got a 2-0 count. Next pitch is on the outside edge. Two balls, one strike. To Cavadas, leading off the top of the sixth, Nico Cavadas. He was in the minors all of last season and barely hit 200 down there. So, not exactly I don't know. Hey, he drew a walk, though. Stallings walks Cavadas to lead off the top of the sixth. There you go. Walk a career minor leaguer with a career 200 batting average. What are you doing, buddy? Throw strikes. You're not pitching to Rafael Devers. It's not Tristan Casas. Of course it's going to be a long game. Of course. Here's a first pitch swing, and it's grounded to first. And a tag will be made there by the first baseman with a runner advancing to second. That was Coloswary with that first pitch ground ball to move the runner up into scoring position. One down, runner at second, tie ball game here in the top of the sixth. And who's up now? Who's on the carousel now? I swear, they're not even bothering throwing up graphics for these guys. Mark Colosvary. I'm sorry, he's at the plate now. Hamilton was the guy before him. Oh, my. All right. Colosvary looks at a called strike, and the count 1-1. Apparently, he's over via the Reds organization. Runner at second. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there by Stallings. Outside edge. So, if you happen to be tuning in just now, we have a 2-2 ball game, and the highlights would include Adley Rutschman hitting the first home run of the spring in his first at-bat. Here's a ground ball to short. This will be in time to first. Runner holds at second. Robinson, the Oriole shortstop, making that play. Number 90. I have no idea who he is. No idea. He's on my team. I have no idea. Hello, Melanie. Welcome to the ball game. 2 away. And who is the next new guy? Sogard at the plate. He looks at a called strike. Nick Sogard. In 112 games, AAA last season, hit .266, 7 homers, 47 driven in. Check on the runner, and the 0-1 pitch is a check swing, and the home plate umpire says you went. No need to check down the line for an appeal. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sogard. How you doing there, Melanie? It's a small community, but it's nice to have you here. I can't wait for the day where people just start chatting it up with each other. Or maybe throwing some questions my way regarding the Orioles, whether it be what's going on or just opinions. Here's the next pitch, and this is grounded to second. Routine play, and the inning is over. So Stallings gets through another inning. A nice appearance by him. Keeps the ball game tied at 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. And this is where these lineup cards start looking like, I don't know, the guest list for a punk rock show. There's a lot of names on here. How about that? Hey, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Up to 7 likes. Hey. You know, maybe if this game is long enough, I can get to double-digit likes. That would be something. That would at least be something. Again, that's just me going over all of my football stuff. Again, it's just you're witnessing a transition in my career path, folks, where the Premier League is taking a back seat and Major League Baseball taking a front seat. My Twitter may not be reflecting that yet, but it will be. I'm going to start unsubscribing to some of these football accounts and get everything up to speed with the baseball. It's baseball, baby. How am I looking over here? Let me bring up the picture that is me. I can actually hear already. I just heard a rooster. I just heard a Hey, how you doing, everybody? Hey, how you doing? What do you think, huh? Yeah, I know it's a weird lighting situation. It looks like I'm in the clouds. There's a haze going on here. But got the Orioles hat on, right? That's about all the merch I got for you. And you get a little peek at the other corner of my room, out to my balcony. That's where I go and sit there and watch the sunrise. All right, let's get back into the ball game here. Let's get back into the ball game here. All right. Slayton, the new pitcher on for Boston. First pitch strike, and the next one is lined and looped into center field for a base hit. A leadoff single for number 41, Johnson. The big fruit out here card is durian. Are you familiar with durian? About 98% of human beings can't stand even being within 20 yards of durian because of its very pungent odor. But yeah, we got some crazy fruits out here. Yeah, you should look into it sometime. Not to be confused with the 80s pop band Duran Duran. And speaking of pop, this pitch is popped up into shallow left center. The left fielder calling off the shortstop to make the catch. And there's one away. How was that for a transition? So it's Johnson, by the way, who was at the plate for that one. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a highlight. Folks, let's tune in right now. It is the spring debut for one of the Oriole prospects I'm excited about, Kobe Mayo, stepping in. Big right-handed hitter. And the first pitch to him is in the dirt for ball one. This could be the third baseman of the future. And boy, they just cut to a profile shot with the catcher next to him. And yeah, he's a big, big boy. A lot of power in this guy. The 1-0 is taken low, 2-0. He's got a hitter's count. I would love just to see. He does not, this is spring. Don't need to necessarily see a box score with whatever in it. I just want to see him barrel up one here. Get some nice exit velo. The 2-0 is, he took a big cut at a pitch that was low and away. He wanted it. A little too anxious there on a 2-0 pitch that was off the plate. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And let's see if Mayo maybe tries to focus. Oh, that ball came in and hit him. Oh, no. Mayo gets drilled just above the upper arm padding near the shoulder. Let's take a look here at just below the shoulder. A little more than halfway up the upper arm. Not a bad place to get hit with a baseball, but the last thing you want to see is one of your young potential superstars getting hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance of the spring. All indications with his reaction over there at first base is that he's fine. So he's on. I would have preferred to see him swing the bat, but he gets on base, 2 on with 1 out. And the batter now pinch hitting for Jackson Holliday, Castillo, coming to the plate, and he looks at a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to another guy who's wearing a number in the 80s, which means I don't know much about him. I know as much about this hitter as Card Craze knows about Durian. He fouls this one back, and the count 1-2. One out here in the bottom of the 6th, 2-2 ball game. First spring game in the Grapefruit League action 2024. The Orioles coming back to defend their AL East title in a 101 win season. Playing their division rival, Boston Red Sox. Count now at 2-2. Go ahead, run at second. The pitch is fouled back, and we'll do it again. And I'm starting to feel pretty tired. Coming up on 2:45 a.m., and we still have 3 innings of this puppy to go. Don't tell me I don't love this game. I live in Thailand, and I'm going to cover a game that's 12 hours off my time. Here's a fly ball to right field, and it'll be caught for out number 2. Runners at first and second stay where they are. Two away. By the way, it's a small park here at the Orioles complex, but it's packed. Every seat in the house. All right, who are they sending up now to hit? Swing and a miss. Is this that Robinson kid? Number 90, Errol Robinson. Played in Double and Triple A last season. In 80 games, hit .227. Here's the 0-1. Pop foul back behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Errol Robinson. Not a 4-hour game pull. It'll be 3. It'll be 3. Here's the 0-2, and it's popped up. Center field, hit pretty deep near the track, making the catch. to win the inning is the Boston center fielder. Again, you won't be hearing names at this point. I'm just going to tell you positions. I don't know who's doing what and where. You take a look. You take a look at this lineup card. You make sense of this. At the end of 6, we're still tied 2 apiece as we head into the late innings. Down here in Sarasota. What kind of 7th inning stretch activities do they have in Florida? Do they have any Florida man games? What do they do? Like a bath salts race? What do they got down there? Cal is a minority owner, but the ownership deal hasn't officially gone through. And 2, I wouldn't necessarily think he's definitely there. You know who is with the Orioles team and who is pretty much playing a mentor to Jackson Holliday? Brian Roberts, career Oriole minus his final season where he went and played with the Yankees. We don't need to mention that, but pretty much a career-long Oriole, Brian Roberts, working with the team now as a coach. And, yeah, they're out there on the Twitters. You can find some photos of Jackson Holliday alongside Roberts. Let's see if I can find that photo, if it'll be kind enough to just pop up. Maybe I'll just put Roberts in there as well. Oh, there you go. There's B-Rob right next to Jackson right there. Former Orioles All-Star. And Nick Vespi is out to pitch for the Orioles here to begin the top of the 7th. First pitch strike. Vespi, a left-handed pitcher. And his next one is fouled away, 0-2. Meanwhile, back to this mess of a lineup card. The 0-2 is swung on and grounded towards short. And, the play is off the bag, but the first baseman applies the tag anyway to get the out. So, not pretty, but the Orioles do get the first batter of the inning out of the way. 1 down. Vespi gets an out. And up to hit now for the Red Sox is somebody. No need to put up a graphic, folks. Just show us his face without even a name or a number. What good does that do me? I mean, Ken Rosenthal wouldn't know who the hell this guy is. Help me out here. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes on whoever this Red Sox hitter is. I suppose it's... is it Hickey still? No, Hickey was a left-handed hitter. Whoever it is just struck out as Vespi gets him. A swing and a miss. 2 outs in the inning. Was it Sykes? I suppose that was Sykes. So now it's Hickey due up. Again, the app here is probably a little bit ahead of me, so I might be getting ahead of myself. Yeah, this looks like Hickey from the left side. He pops one up to the opposite field, and this will get the Orioles out of the inning. It's a can of corn to left. The inning is over. 7th inning stretch time here at the Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota. Red Sox and Orioles are tied at 2. Let's get some runs. Oh, by the way, I'm noticing here on the scorecard that Enrique Bradfield Jr., who the Orioles' first-round pick from the 2023 draft is now in the game. He pinch ran in the previous inning and is now playing center field, so we should be able to see him get at least one plate appearance in the final 2 or 3 innings. 2 if the Orioles can score and keep the lead and finish it off in the ninth. 3 if it stays tied or if they're trailing. Other noticeables, let's see, in the game, we saw Nevin come in. Mayo is now playing third. He should be able to get another at-bat. Cowser came in to pinch run. He'll probably be coming up to hit pretty soon for his first at-bat. And we've already seen 6 different pitchers. Red Sox have used only 4 thus far, but their 5th one is likely to be coming out for the following inning. I guess we could take a look around the league here, if it'll show us. At the end of 6, the Braves have a 6-3 lead over the Rays. Marlins and Cardinals tied at 6 in the 6th inning as well. The Yankees with a 9-4 lead over the Tigers in the 6th. Another game in the 6th inning has the Twins ahead of the Pirates 5-2, and in the bottom of the 5th, the Phillies jumping all over the Blue Jays. This looks more like an Eagles Argonauts score. It's 14-7. Philly over the Blue Jays. So lots of runs across the league here. We're watching the only pitching duel apparently. And is a Cowser here set to lead off the bottom of the 7th? Indeed, it will be Colton Cowser's first plate appearance. Here is another guy that is a big watch for the spring. Can Colton Cowser impress enough to break camp with this team and get another crack in the bigs? He definitely did not get the job done with his playing time with the big club last season. He did not look comfortable at the plate. Benitez is on now to pitch for the Red Sox. So, yes, that is the 5th pitcher of the day for Boston. Left-handed pitcher. And he is one of those rare pitchers that I've seen where he's got an arm sleeve tattoo on his pitching arm. I don't understand why you would take a tattoo needle to your moneymaker. Like, just tattoo up your non-throwing arm. Why do... I don't get it. Anyway, Cowser is at the plate, and the count is 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cowser asks for time. I mean, you look at him out there, he certainly has the build of a major leaguer. He's athletically a better defensive option in the outfield over a Heston Kjerstad. He just needs to start hitting some balls where people aren't. And this ball's going to come in and hit him on the back of the thigh. A breaking ball. Cowser sort of just spun in place, and the ball bounced off the back of his leg. He'll take first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. So that's the second Oriole that's been hit here in the past 2 innings. Mayo was hit in his first at-bat. What are these Red Sox pitchers doing hitting our prospects? And is this indeed Enrique Bradfield? He looks tiny. Indeed it is. Enrique Bradfield Jr., the 2023 first-round pick, getting his first plate appearance here in the spring. He hits from the left side, and against the lefty pitcher, looks at a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Bradfield. Bradfield, if all goes right, will be the leadoff hitter and center fielder of the future, perhaps taking over for Mullins in a couple of years. He's got tons of speed, great range in the outfield, an above-average arm, But and he's a slap hitter. It's just very little power. He's going to have to be a good slap hitter. He tries to check a swing. Instead, he corkscrews into the ground, and the umpire points at him to go, yeah, you swung there, buddy. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Enrique Bradfield Jr. Another exciting moment here in this first game of the spring training, preseason, whatever you want to call it. The debut of Bradfield at the plate. The pitch. And he takes a call at strike 3. A nice slider that started in and then broke over the middle of the plate. Bradfield was frozen. And he'll go back to the bench with a strikeout. 1 down. Runner at first. And who's up now? Oh, it's Perez back up for his second plate appearance after he came in to catch for Adley Rutschman. Perez is 0 for 1. And the next one gets away from the catcher. This is going to allow the runner to get at least to second base, as that ball got away at least 15 yards from the plate. It caromed over near the dugout. Cowser could walk up to second. So now he's in scoring position as the go-ahead run. And a 2-0 count here for Perez. Kjerstad is on deck. Another left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And Benitez tried to get the outside corner called, but did not. Count goes to 3-0. Perez, take a pitch. Let Kjerstad come up there with 2 on. The next pitch is taken all the way, and it's a called strike. It found the inside part of the plate. 3-1. The pitch is swung on and hit on the ground. Second base, routine play, and there's 2 down. Cowser advances to third on the throw, but with 2 down, the Orioles are still going to need at least a base hit, maybe an error, if they're going to get that go-ahead run in. And Heston Kjerstad. How effective can he be against left-handed pitching? Well, let's take a look. First pitch, he takes a look, and it's a called strike. Belt high on the outside half of the strike zone from Benitez. Cowser at third. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Kjerstad swung over the top of that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Benitez from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. My, Kjerstad did not look comfortable at all in that at-bat. 3 pitches, 2 swings, 2 misses, and the inning is over. The Orioles get a runner to third, but can't cash in. We head to the 8th, still tied at 2. And I hope this goes extra innings forever as we come up on 3 a.m. here in the Gulf of Thailand. 3 a.m. Jesus Christ. Whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? I wonder if I'm going to be able to get back on normal schedule, or if this is going to affect me like by the time I get to Monday morning trying to do my Sunday night stream. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Another check in on the stats. It says 71 views. So people have come in here to see what the hell's going on. And apparently 7 people are chilling now. Hey, if you're chilling, thanks for being here. I'm willing to bet one of you watching right now hasn't hit the like button. Do you know how pleased I would be if I got the double-digit likes on this small little stream I'm doing? You're talking to a guy who stays up till 3 a.m. to broadcast a spring training game. Just because he can't get enough baseball and he loves his Orioles. So if you can appreciate that kind of commitment, even if I don't call a very good game or if my setup is pretty amateur for you, if I could just get one more like from one of you watching right now, you'd really make my you'd make my millennium. I got a new sub, huh? Is that you, Melanie, or someone else? To the top of the 8th we go. Again, we've been tied at 2 for a while here. First pitch swinging and a ball hit into left field down into the corner for extra bases. That's going to be a leadoff double for Boston. McGow is the new pitcher for the Orioles. I couldn't tell you anything about this guy. I'm going to go ahead and just click on him. Trey McGow. Apparently over from the Pirates organization, a left-hander. It still has him listed as being a Pirate. So that tells you everything you need to know about how much he's been involved with the Orioles system. First I'm hearing about the guy. Anyway, first batter, and he gives up a leadoff double, so not a good sign. Next batter, and this pitch is up and in for ball 1. So apparently that was McDonough who came in to pinch hit for that double. And currently batting, it's Rozier who replaces Wilyer Abreu, and Rozier hits a ground ball to the right side. This should move the runner to third. And there you go. The go-ahead run now at third base with only 1 down. Oh, thank you, Melanie. So you're saying it's a new sub besides that? All right, I'm curious enough. Even in the middle of a stream. Don't worry, it's a break in the action. First pitch to the next batter is swung on and missed. Hey, 46. I'm getting halfway to 100. I'd love to get to 100 just by opening day. I'd be very pleased with that. That'd be great. 100 just before the first real game. I got a feeling this channel is going to pass my other channel in subs by the end of the season. 0-2 the count. Again, we've got a new pitcher in. And I don't know why this won't get off of here. There we go. And this one's fouled away. Folks, I will be calling a much better game than this once the real deal's going. Even later in the spring, once the rosters get cut down a little bit. But yeah, right now it's a little tough. There's a lot of no names and a lot of lineup moves being done. I mean, I've got a pitcher out here who doesn't have a name on his back. Everybody else has got a name, not this guy. Number 89 pitching. He came over from the Pirates. His name is McGow. And all I know is he's got a runner at third and 1 out. The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2. It is a lefty-on-lefty situation. The Orioles are in risk of giving up the lead to the Red Sox here. The 2-2 is swung on and popped up, but it's going to get out of play. 2-2 the count. 1 down, runner at third. Top of the 8th. Tie ball game. Oh, Melanie, please ask your husband to come in and chat sometime. Let's talk. And he'll have somebody to talk to about the Orioles. Here's a pitch. Oh, it's over the plate, but apparently a little bit low. And the count will go full. My goodness. close pitch there. That would have been a huge strikeout. Instead, we're at a full count now. Again, with that go-ahead run at third and only one away. The payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He got him. Oh, a big strikeout there by McGow. I don't know you, buddy. You don't have a name on your back. But you're wearing number 89. And 1989, that's my favorite season of baseball ever. And probably always will be, no matter what happens. Because I was 12 years old. And when you're 12 years old and your team's doing pretty good, you tend not to forget a season like that. Next batter up, David Hamilton, and he looks at a called strike. Runner at third with 2 away now. Popped up and off out of play. 0-2. McGow now 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. He gave up a leadoff double. Runner moved to third with a ground out with only 1 away. But then he got a big strikeout. And now has an 0-2 count. Let's see if he's got the stuff to get it done. This one's in the dirt, 1-2. Yeah, that's right, Pool. We'd love to see this guy get out of a jam. I was ready to immediately go, who's this jamoke they got on the mound after giving up that double. But, yeah, he's showing me something here if he can get out of this. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, and my stream just blinked out. Wow, that's the first stream issue in, 2.5 hours. Sorry, folks. There was a payoff pitch, and I missed it. I am seeing already here that the Red Sox have taken a 3-2 lead. It would appear it was via a single as there's runners at first and second base. My goodness, right when the moment happens. Are you kidding me? Talk about bad luck. Imagine if that happened during a key moment, like in a playoff game or something. What's going on here? Why are you not? Huh. Well, folks, I'm going to have to, you're going to have to bear with me here for a sec. Seems to be an issue with the broadcast. Stand by. The Red Sox have taken a 3-2 lead. Unfortunately, it happened the moment my broadcast went out on me. I did see there was runners at first and second, so logic would tell me it was an RBI single. But unfortunately, things happen. Okay, I think I'm almost back. All right, here we go. And would you look at that? It's switched now from the New England's Sports Network stream, Nesson, to Masson, the Mid-Atlantic, the Orioles feed. I'm just now getting the Orioles feed here in the 8th inning. The moment the Orioles are now losing. Boy, what's with their camera? There's a lot of shakiness here. Here's a swing and a high fly ball to center field, and that is going to end the inning. But the Red Sox do take the lead via a base hit by somebody. I'll figure it out. We'll see. Who's got an RBI? Contreras, or who is it? Hamilton. Yeah, it must be Hamilton. Right? The other two guys started the game. So yeah, Hamilton knocks in a run. I'll just go ahead and guess. Sorry. I promise I will not be that ridiculous during the regular season. But, you know, it's after 3 a.m. It's the first spring game. This is as much of just a test run as anything else. I'm just happy that, you know, outside of a couple of issues with the broadcast, I'm happy to see that the stream itself is running without a hitch. You know? It's only been 2 hours and 20 minutes. McDonough scored. Card, you just got some lunch. I need a snack myself. I've got a couple of slices of pizza in the fridge. There's this place over here that, does Thai food, but also makes German food, and also on Saturdays makes pizza. It's interesting. You always want to be careful when getting a pizza out here. I don't like Domino's or other places like that. There's Domino's out here. So it's hard to find like a decent real pizza place. But this place, they got everything. Same place I got my iced latte from. I got an iced latte and a pizza. Fantastic. Okay, new pitcher for the Red Sox, Justin Hageman. And it's a first pitch strike here. As we get back underway in the bottom of the eighth, the Orioles trailing by a run. And this one's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see if I can figure out who's at the plate. It appears to be Nevin, who is already singled in this one. He turns on an inside pitch, but is only able to foul it away at the plate. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is some sort of shaky... That's not my stream. Oh, well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? I'm certain that streams won't be this persnickety during the regular season. I got a feeling these broadcast channels aren't putting in as much effort. Nevin appears to have struck out. He's walking back to the dugout. So I missed a strike 3 on Nevin. Whether he swung and missed or took a called strike 3, couldn't tell you. Sorry for that lack of detail, but Nevin indeed strikes out, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Hey there, Don C. You're welcome for the stream, man. And hey, man, please hit the like button and subscribe because come regular season, it's on, buddy. I'm going to be calling every game, and I'm looking to make a community here. Here's a ground ball. Nice play by the second baseman, throwing off his back foot. And he gets the batter at first. That was Sogard with the play for the Red Sox at second. 2 down. Johnson was the batter. Again, it's pretty tough to keep up with who's who here. But 2 away. First two batters retired by Hageman in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll get Kobe Mayo to the plate. So, hey there, Don C. Hang in there because Kobe Mayo is getting his second plate appearance. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see him make some contact. An 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down, nobody on for Kobe Mayo. How great would it be to see him barrel one up here and tie the ball game? 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. I'm getting antsy. Man, this kid looks the real deal in terms of size. He looks like Austin Riley. I got to tell you, that pitch is called for a strike. That's a pretty high pitch. Top of the zone, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mayo. Let's see what he can do here on a 2-2 count. And he hits it in the air. Left side. Shallow left field toward the foul line and a diving. Oh, is that ball fair? It is. And Mayo hustles into second. My goodness, that ball was in the air a long time. The shortstop ran out to the left field foul line, running away from the infield. He was closest to the ball, and he was under it. But the ball fell out of the heel of his glove, and he took it, and he was... Actually, I take it back. He actually had to dive backwards. He actually overran the ball. And the ball dropped in there. Mayo running hard the whole way. Gets to second base. So now with 2 down, the tying run is in scoring position. That's going to go down as a double for Mayo. It'll look good in the stat score or the box score. But that exit velo was probably about 40 miles an hour off the bat. The 0-1 to Castillo at the plate, and he fouls it back. It's 0-2. I'm in for the end of the game just doing paperwork. Gotcha, Don. Hey, Don, Kobe Mayo with a double. It wasn't pretty. But, hey, it worked out. Hit them where they ain't. That's what they always say, right? Here's an 0-2 count to Castillo, and he lays off that one. A slider that broke down in the dirt. Let's go see you, Urias. Here's a pop-up foul back behind the plate. Count remains 1-2 on Castillo. 2 down, bottom of the 8th. Orioles down a run with that tying run at second base. I'll probably need a refresher for my memory as to what would happen if this game is even after 9 innings. Do they play just one more inning, and no matter what the deal is, they stop? Did they just stop after 9? I think from what I recall, they just play one extra inning and end it after that, no matter what the deal is. Let's hope the Orioles can at least tie it up, though. Oh, a swing and a miss, though. A big swing and a miss at a ball breaking well off the plate outside, and that will end the inning. Mayo, though, with his first spring hit, a double that found a spot, and he's stranded at second base to win the inning. So we'll go to the 9th. Red Sox lead this one 3-2. And I'm sorry that this little drop-down menu was covering up this thing over here. Oh, boy. Steve, you gotta sound like a professional. When are you gonna learn to sound like a professional broadcaster? Yeah. By the way, attendance today at the Ed Smith Stadium, 7,950. Not too shabby for a place that holds about 8,000 people. Oh, maybe I should go ahead and bring this up while we're at it. Orioles schedule. Now, the Orioles did release a TV schedule, but if there are games that the opposing team is broadcasting, I may be able to watch. But basically, the deal is this is going to be the only game that I'm calling in the spring. That's a afternoon 1 o'clock start, which means it's probably going to be at least a week or so until I do another game, because most games are at that time. But we are going to have some 6 o'clock games coming up. I'm going to bring up the schedule here for you real quick and point out some games that maybe you'll want to come back for. I'll actually have natural lighting, and I'll actually have a night's sleep in front of me. You'd be surprised at what I'm able to accomplish. Okay, we're underway here in the top of the 9th. McSweeney is on the mound now for the Orioles. His first pitch is in there for a called strike. Next one is a little bit high, apparently, 1-1. Just want to go ahead and go over the schedule because it's the 9th inning now, and you never know. Even though this game is dragged on at periods, you know, this game could be completely over in the next 5 minutes. So, yeah, next week it's a slew of 1 o'clock starts. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The rest of February, no streams from your pal Steve. Rock, paper, scissors after 9 innings. Okay. I always go rock. I go rock. I'm in and out with the rock. Hey, if you're willing to do paper. So here's your first potential, and I think this is televised. Mark your calendars, folks, for March 6th. That's a Wednesday night, 6:05 p.m. game at the Ed Smith Stadium against Pittsburgh. And then following that, just 2 days later, another game at the stadium with the Tigers. So that's 2 games in 3 days. But it's going to be, a solid 10 days until we get there. So, yeah, I'll be off for about 10 days from this channel, except maybe one little podcast. Again, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified about some podcasts. It's called the Bird Feed. Get it? You see the following week. I'll definitely do this game against the Braves on the 13th. 2-0 the count, by the way, on the Red Sox hitter. And here's a ground ball to third. He goes to second for 1. They get the force, and that's it. So it's a fielder's choice, 1 away, and a runner at first. Here in the top of the 9th, Boston ahead by 1. Yeah. 13th, Braves. If that's on, I'm definitely watching that. Here's a rare 3 o'clock start. That would be 3 a.m. for me. I've been known to get up that early before, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And then here's the big week. Here's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Yeah. Come the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 3 nights in a row. This will get me prepared because 3 straight nights of streaming, 3 games back to back to back. I need a way to get the stamina required to be covering games every single game, sometimes going 20 straight days or whatever it is without a day off. So that'll help with this 3-game stretch, Phillies, Red Sox, Pirates. And then, that'll be it up until opening day. Angels, March 28th. Next pitch is upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. So there you go. Once again, the 6th of March against the Pirates. The 8th of March against the Tigers. 13th of March against the Braves. Mark those down. And then in the final week, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. That's a half a dozen spring games I'll be doing, barring something unforeseen. And let's see, we got a pinch hitter coming up now for Boston, followed by the name of York. And no, not the Peppermint Patty. On a 1-2 pitch, he pops it up toward the right field line in foul ground, and nobody's going to get there. Nevin was the closest to it. It'll just go down as a foul ball. Yep. We got 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Red Sox ahead by 1. Highlights today have included Adley Rutschman, first at-bat of the game, of the spring. Hit a home run off of Garrett Whitlock to dead center field. We saw Jackson Holliday's debut. He did strike out in his first at-bat and wound up going 0 for 2 altogether. What else did we see? Ramon Urias, a guy whose role with the club is... Here's a double play opportunity, by the way, and the Orioles turn 2. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Orioles are down a run. Yeah, Ramon Urias, he came up in a RBI spot. Runner at third base, less than 2 out, and then he fell into an 0-2 count. Looked like maybe he was going to blow an opportunity to drive in a run, and at the time that was the tying run. But put a good swing on a pitch that was below the zone just doing what he needed to do. Just get the bat on the ball, lift it in the air, and he was able to drive in what at the time was the tying run of the game. He also made a couple of nice plays in the field. So props to Ramon Urias for showing what he can do both at the plate and in the field. I still think he has a valuable spot on this team, but it is going to be interesting to see how playing time will be divided up, assuming Jackson Holliday is going to make this opening day roster and Gunnar Henderson is healthy, and you consider Jordan Westburg as sort of the future guy. I think most people would put Westburg over Urias on the depth chart. So is Urias just a out-and-out bench guy? Perhaps. Gunnar Henderson's going to play every day. Perhaps Jackson Holliday might get his share of days off against left-handed pitchers. You can certainly play Urias over Holliday in those spots. And, of course, Urias can, Westburg doesn't necessarily have to start 150 games or so. He could start 110 and maybe give 30 starts, one start a week that Westburg might normally get goes to Urias. Yeah, Urias could, still get somewhere in the neighborhood of 250, 300 at-bats without being an everyday player, but still help the team out in some way. But I'm telling you, I got my eyes on Kobe Mayo. I really want to see him make the team this year at some point. And it looks like Urias would be the odd man out once that day comes. Here's a first pitch. This ball's tagged into left center and down for a base hit. A leadoff single for the Orioles here in the bottom of the ninth. The tying run is on in the form of Robinson. And I don't want to make too much speculation on a player that I have very little knowledge of, but judging by his size and his very skinny legs, I'm going to say this kid's got stolen base potential. I'd love to see him swipe a bag here and get in the scoring position. And I believe we got Colton Cowser coming up. So this is a huge at-bat for Cowser. Swing and a miss. Come on, Colton. This is a situation where you could really build some confidence. Cowser came in as a pinch runner and then was hit by a pitch in the seventh. Let's see what he can do here. He takes... Oh, this one ball gets away. Runner's going to get to second base. The tying run at second now. Nobody out. And so now, a 1-1 count. I really have to put the pressure on Colton Cowser to do something fundamentally sound here. You got a tying run at second base with good speed. All Cowser should be thinking about here is doing what it takes to get that runner over to third base. He's a left-handed hitter. That means pulling the ball on the ground. If not, hit the ball in the air deep. And he pops it up. Runner's tagging. It's deep. This ball's going to go! Bye-bye birdie! Colton Cowser hits a ball to the opposite field. The ball just kept going. The outfielders were drifting back. Their body language would have you assume that it was a routine play, but instead it's a walk-off two-run bomb to the opposite field from Colton Cowser. Put a stamp on it, baby. The Orioles are in the win column. A bottom of the ninth walk-off two-run opposite field bomb from Colton Cowser. That's how you get some confidence. Just over the BirdWatcher sign to the right of the 372-foot marker, Cowser mobbed at the plate by his teammates. And boy, what a great start to his spring that is. That at-bat right there could go a long way into determining whether or not Cowser can take the next step and prove that he belongs in the show. Holy Toledo. Hey, thank you, Pure. I wasn't expecting to make a walk-off home run call. Is this how this works every time? You watch a game and you call a walk-off game-winning home run? by a prospect that was struggling and looking for some confidence? Yeah, where's Fitzpatrick at? Hey, Fitzy, where are you? Final score, Orioles 4, Red Sox 3. My goodness, the magic has begun. And it's not on 33rd Street. It's not on Utah Street. It's all the way down in Florida. The magic is spreading down the eastern seaboard. Orioles magic, baby. 40 years in the making. I know it's a spring game, but a walk-off opposite field home run from Cowser. The ball just kept going. It was a decent home run call, I'll say it, once I knew it was gone, but man, I wish, like, I can hear the announcers. Nobody thought that ball was gone. That ball just kept flying to the opposite field. It looked like it was hit too high. You know, like it was just going to maybe get to the track, but it just kept going. Maybe it caught a little bit of wind. I don't know. But there you have it, folks. Final score, Orioles 4, Red Sox 3, and ain't the beer cold. I tell you what, Orioles magic is alive and well. All right, folks, listen, thanks for tuning in. I'll say thanks to those who are here in chat right now. Don C., Pool, Pure, Card Crazed, Melanie, thanks for popping in. Spaceman came in. Cameron, Maria, Dallas. Guys, thanks so much. There's no way I got to double-digit likes, right? Did I get there? One short. One short. It's showing me that there's enough people in here where maybe one person who hasn't hit the like button just might do it. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'll just go to my other account and like it from there. I'll do a cheat like. You know, if it gets me to double digits, it's worth it, right? Hey, guys, I really did enjoy it. This is the BirdWatcher. Again, it's going to be a while before you see me again. It looks like March 6th, 6:05 p.m. against the Pirates will be the next broadcast. It's going to be fun. I hope you tune in. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I feel annoying for mentioning that more often than I should. I don't know. Am I doing good with that? Am I doing bad? I don't know. But hey, leave a comment down below as well if you're watching this later. This is the BirdWatcher, and I'm going to